Hello, everybody's FRA ELITE aka Otis here, back with another video, and this is WOR round 2 at Qatar. I didn't record the first video at Brazil because it wasn't a great video. There's not much to show either of it because it'd probably waste your time. But League Racing is back. Well, first commentated League Race. And yeah, I might be a bit rusty. I haven't done it for a while. You probably can tell I've got a different mic compared to the last commentary. So yeah, see what happens. You see, this is our first Q1 lap time. Yeah, felt very confident for this track. Very good setup. Everything felt really good. So yeah, carried a lot of confidence going into the session. As you can see, we go into T1 at Qatar. Very good. Hit the apex quite nicely. Carried the speed. Again, this left hand a little bit wide apex, kind of lit apex it a little bit too much, and then got a big snap on the exit of the corner. Going into the double right now, the final two corners of sector 2 into the double right. You see, we get them quite nicely. We got a big snap move still on the final right. Good sector 1. And now going into the hairpin, using a little bit too much grip, very snappy on exit, can be very hard on traction. Going into this long right-hander, really want to carry the minimum speed as much as you can and get on early on the throttle. Going into this right-hander now, flat out into the next left now, trying to carry as much speed very hard on the rear end. Rear end really wants to snap. Going out the exit of the corner, you see Thomas Runner sets a 3.9. 5 I think it was, as we do a 4.60 middle sector split, which was very decent. Going into this final sector, just really send it with these guys, trying to minimize the distance by taking the shortest lines and sending it, cutting them pretty much. And now going into the final corner, trying to late apex it, trying to get as much rotation as you can on exit, coming across the line, opening up the DRS, and that is a 20.317, which easily had put us into Q2. And it was okay, decent lap. Lots of time obviously in there, but yeah, it got us through. So happy with that. And now we start our first Q2 lap. Yeah, I was just gonna obviously try and do the same, get through in 1-1. As initially I was trying to do 3 runs in Q3, but yeah, you can see we go into T1. Got Delta because we had a U-set run. And there's no point really showing it because it was a really bad run. And like I say, ready 3 times up. Very decent first sector so far. Going into the double right, cutting it quite well, and then going into this corner, cutting it very well as well. Slight corrections on the steering wheel, but decent enough. First sector, not the greatest, but not too bad. As we go now in to the long right-hander once again, trying to use as much curb as possible while trying not to bottom out mid-corner. And now going into this lateral right, now straight into the left, braking a long downshift. You see Brendan Lee, there's a 20.347, and now middle sector split's going to be a 2.68, which is very decent for Q2. So we've really done a really good middle sector. Now we've got to nail the last. Tamascal goes into P1 with a 120.29. Ismail Fassi goes into P1 with a 20.26. Thomas Ronald goes with it P1 into a 0.66 as we come around the final corner. Very decent final corner. Really got to send it around there, opening up the DRS, and that puts us into P2, 2,000s of Thomas Rona, which easily puts us through into Q3. We didn't do another lap. Thomas did another lap, but initially at this time I thought I was going to be able to do 3 runs, but now that I think it was like no point. So this is our first run of Q3. Yeah, now just full send at this point as we go about to go into T1 now. Really sending it, hitting the apex very nicely. Didn't carry the momentum as nicely as I would have. Going into the next left. These very good left-hander, very good turn 2. And now we're going into the double right once again, using as much track on the exit. And yeah, we invalidate, which was a very bad mistake from my. And yeah. A 19.9 banker wasn't even too bad considering how bad that first sector was. So lots of time in the pocket, and now we're just going to try and utilize it and trying to get pole here for the first time this season. Last time out in Brazil we came second in quali, so we're going to try and convert this into a pole position. T1, very decent, slightly down on the delta, but I know the delta's slightly glitched as soon as you start a lap. So we are currently up on our lap time, around matching so far. Going into the double right now, really got to send it while trying to be conservative, because you don't really want to invalidate, otherwise you will be starting P10. First sector, not too bad, okay first sector, using a little bit too much curb in the hairpin, and now got to resend it through this long right, missing the apex quite a lot, and then understeering, and then get a massive snap. So we've lost probably around half a tenth at that one corner, going into this next left, losing a lot of time. Not very good on exit either, and we've lost so much time during this lap. It's absolutely ridiculous. 146 middle sectors, but I do not know how. And now we're going into the final sector now, just sending it through every single corner, going through the next left as well, really sending it over that one as well. And now getting to the final call where everything matters. Got to really just push the car to limit, using a little bit too much curb, couldn't carry the momentum because we didn't late the apex it. We're coming across the line to do a 19.903.
Shite lap.
It's going to be set. I'm not very happy with this lap. I'm still kind of like, I'm quite surprised this was even pole, because this is so far off the PB. And yeah, but luckily for us, Thomas Runner invalidated twice. So yeah, at the moment it's looking for pole position. Isfan is improving, 158 middle split, but can he beat our lap time? No, he's on a 9.1.
Come on! Oh, let's go, Axel! Finally, man. That was the worst lap ever. The worst lap. How can you go from 7s to 9s, man?
I wasn't confident that
was so bad.
And yeah, we got pole by nearly half a tenth. So yeah, pretty good. Considering the lap wasn't good, so it shows our pace was very good, and it gives us a good confidence boost for the race as well. And now into the race, mixed strategies here. You see, we've gone for the mediums, and I think about 16 drivers on the grid have gone for hards. So it's only 4 drivers, including me, on the mediums. So this could be interesting. You see, top 5, there's only 2 medium runners. There's lights about to go out, and they go out, and we get an absolute ridiculous start. You see, Tom Manley's already gained the position on the mediums. 2 positions already at the start. So the mediums are very fast on the get-go. And now we're just got to use these mediums, try and push to get Isfan out of the DRS. Because we really, really want to help the people our own strategy here. Because it will help us in the long term of the long term in the race, yeah. Yeah, now we just got to keep pushing. Yeah, we're just got to try and break that DRS, even though lap DRS is on the end of lap 1. It's kind of technically on lap 2 at Qatar, because DRS is, there's only 1 DRS zone pretty much. So yeah, here we go. We're gonna try and just push. We see 6 temps already, nearly 7 temps. Yeah, we're just pushing at the moment, trying to help every medium runner around us. I know it's Jarno Opmeer, who's also gained a lot of positions, and Tom Manley. So yeah, we gotta really work with these guys and try and, you know, push together, because that's the only way we're gonna get our strategy to work. Because I really expected.
Fab and Jarno Opmeer.
Axel tells me.
All the mediums, everyone on the grid.
Yep, that's everyone.
Actually, Axel tells me there's only 4 medium runners, so I was quite concerned at this point. I was a bit like, I thought I'd expect a lot more people to go on the mediums, because I know this track's a lot about track position, yeah, you can see I'm about to break Isfan's DRS, very close, 9 tenths, but the DRS detection zone has already gone past, so Isfan will get DRS as we come around the final corner, but I think he's got no battery left, because we've been pushing so much to get him out, and this is the first time he's only had DRS. It's pretty much lap 2, so yeah, you can see Tom Manley does get past Isfan, and yeah, now we are pretty much medium top 5 now, so yeah, it's pretty good. Jarno's made a lot of positions as well, considering I think he started in P12, so very good start of the race from him. Tom Manley ahead now. We've just been swapping, actually. This is lap 10. I forgot to say, we moved on to lap 10 because absolutely nothing happened. We just kept swapping as soon as the medium runner's behind. And we're now in medium pit window territory. And you can see, Tom Manley is already boxed. Even on the undercut, isn't that much on this game. He's gone for the undercut, just so he's safe. Because obviously there's a lot about track position around there. And you will see later in this video that track position is key at Qatar. So, yeah, now we just got to push for that next few laps because yeah, we'll be pitting soon. Far behind as well. Maybe pitting this lap. We'll see at the end of the last corner as we come around the final corner. Hopefully no double stacking. And yeah, you can see he comes into the pits. And now it's my turn to push like crazy. And yeah, you can see me and Jarno have both stayed out at this point. And yeah, now full push for our in lap. You can see Jake behind also on the hards. So we just got to push at this point. Try and use the maximum of our tires because we've had really good pace so far. Tires, we've saved the tires very well at this point as well. So yeah, now we just got to maximize the overcut, so we don't want to lose as much time. We still want to come out in second from the hard runners because that will be very good for our own race. You can see on the map as well, Fab did come out ahead of Tom Manley, so it shows the undercut isn't that much, so we could possibly get him if we pit this lap. You can see I'm pushing quite hard. These mediums are starting to die at this point, so yeah, we still have really good pace on these mediums though, however, so yep, really good for the later point of the race. If we can you know, keep up with people on the hards as we come around the penultimate corner of the racetrack. Now into the final corner. You can hear me say box. I am boxing on lap 12, and yeah, this is gonna be interesting. You can see I'm about to come into pits, and I don't know where the pit line is, so I've lost so much time in the pits, at least like 5 tenths, because I just didn't do it correctly. You can see get optimal turning time, and you can see they are coming around the penultimate corner on the mini map on the bottom left, and you see Fab coming around the final corner now, so it's gonna be very tight on pit exit between me, Fab, and Tom Manley. Tom Manley is gonna probably get past him because he has DRS, and now we just gotta re-push on pit exit. You see how close we are, and Tom Manley just gets past us, but we've got past Fabrizio, and that is crucial for our race because we are now net P2 at this point, because we were obviously P1 in the train just now, and now we're just behind Tom Manley, so this is perfect for our race because trust me, P2 is literally a better position than P1 around this track, because as soon as you're in P1 you can get swamped by so many cars, especially as it's such a high downforce track. It's very hard to keep drivers behind. So yeah, now this is my time to probably relay with Tom Manley a few times. I know we've had really good pace in the first stint because we nearly even gapped Tom Manley, who was on the same stint as me. So yeah, now we're just gonna stay in the DRS.
Try and hold track position.
Excuse me, say just trying to hold track position at this point. And now, yeah, we're just pushing like crazy. Even on, I'm just trying to get my tires up to temperature, and yeah, we've had pretty good pace considering we're on really cold tires. You see Fab behind, also very close to us, and now we're gonna open up the DRS and make an overtake on Fabrizio. Tom Manley, and Fabrizio is trying to go past as well, but you see they are battling like crazy behind, which is not really good. As you see, we skip all the way to the end of lap 14, and Declan Barrett and Jarno Opmeer have pitted, so Declan is risking the strategy here. As we saw, the mediums kind of die at the end of the stint, and he's got 14 laps to do it, 15 laps to do it. So yeah, it's going to be very tough stint for him, but he will have track position. And we skip all the way to lap 18. Brendan Lee as well. We also pitted. All the hard runners have pretty much pitted at this point. There's only a few that haven't pitted. But Brendan Lee pitted 1 lap after Declan. And yeah, he's made a lot of positions. And yeah, you can see Brendan pushing, and I'm just trying to maintain P2 at this point. You see, we're going 3 wide at the exit of T1, and Brendan going around the outside of us, and literally in the perfect position now, as we can just chill behind Brendan, because Brendan's gonna obviously have more pace than us, 'cause he's literally just boxed onto me, so we're just gonna try and stick with him. And now we're in P2, because this is literally the best position. P3 and P1 are like the worst positions to be in, because it's so hard to overtake P2. And now
Few lap after you.
this is perfect, because Brendan is pulling a little bit of a gap, so Tom Manley cannot attack me, and I can stay in P2 as well, as Brendan is pulling a big gap coming to the straight. And you can see Jarno as well is right on the back of Tom Manley, who's 2 lap fresher hards than me, so he's going to be a threat at the end of the race if the positions stay like this. As you can see, Xander Van Dyken ahead, all the hard runners ahead of boxed, including Thomas Ronner, who might be very fast at the end of this race, because he's got quite a lot fresher tyres on us, about 8 laps or so fresher. So now, which you can see, Brendan weaving on the straight. I'm just weaving just to say, I'm staying behind, I'm just chilling, you just keep pushing. And you can see we skip 2 laps now, well, a lap. And we're coming around the final corner once again. Tom Manley behind. This is the thing now. You got cars pushing a battery, because they always want to be either P1 or 2 at this track. And you see, I'm just pushing, and I've got to make the overtake on Brendan right here. And you can see they're fighting like crazy. And now we're in the worst position. We really want to just stay in second until the last lap, until around maybe sector 1 last lap. That's not the position you don't want to end the sector 1 last lap. It's not the position you want to be in is second. So yeah, now we just got to try and pull as much as a gap to P3, and hopefully for us, Brendan can just overtake us on this lap. As you can see, he has a lot more pace on those tyres, so yeah, it should make it very easy. And we got fresher tyres than Tom Manley also, so it's going to be yeah, hard for him to get past, but I know how fast and how powerful the DRS and ERS is on the main straight. So yeah, just got to try and pull as much as a gap as we can to P3, and obviously hope Brendan can overtake us. He's making big snap moves here, and these are crucial moments, because we don't want to lose P3 here, but otherwise we could get swamped by Jarno even, because it's just so powerful. And now we're just pushing. You can see on the steering wheel we're spamming the battery, and now we know Tom Manley is not going to make an overtake, so we just press the ERS on none. You can see I'm just defending a little bit, and
I feel really in a bad position right now. I'll save my battery and everything. Tom Manley's been it. Massive crash.
As you can see, Tom Manley has binned it, coming out the exit of turn 2. As I was saying, though, I feel really uncomfortable, because my battery, I'm just having to spam the battery to try and maintain my position. Because I'd never,
just in first. Yours is so powerful.
because you never want to be P1 at this position, because this is like the most uncomfortable feeling, because especially when you've got people behind you on fresher tyres, so you just really got so much pressure on you. You really just got to do perfect laps at this point. You see Jarno behind 6 tenths. He's close enough to make an overtake, so we just got to push as hard as we can to make sure. And I really think Jarno had a missed opportunity here, because he didn't burn. He could have made us a double overtake with Brendan and just sat behind Brendan, because obviously he had the pace advantage on those fresh tyres. And you see the gap 7 tenths, which is perfect for us, even though it's 6 tenths. Can you hear me say ERS of Jarno? Because I'm really concerned about him. And now we're just going to let Brendan through, chuck it into none. You see Jarno a little bit scary, as he's really fast as rip, but now very comfortable once again. I just got to save the battery to max. And now, yeah, we're just gotta do what we need to do now and just chill behind Brendan for a little bit, and hopefully this stays like that for the final lap, because yeah, it's very hard to keep fresh tires
Seven.
behind you.
One lap for sure.
Um, And now you can see my batteries on the steering wheel has gained pretty much like 60%. And you skip all the way to the end of lap 24, start of lap 25. You see Jarno behind. He's burning his battery a little bit, so I'm a little bit just pressing the battery as well. You see Jarno's going to go for it. And you can see we're going 3 wide into T1. And at this point, I just need the BP2 at this point. So I was like, I saw Jarno on the right of me, and I like let Brendan through. And yeah, now I'm in a perfect position again. Just burning the battery a little bit more, just to make sure Jarno doesn't go for a little bit of a sneak overtake, doesn't catch us napping on the mini straight. And now once again, just defending the inside, just to make sure Jarno doesn't send it down the inside at any point. I'm trying to play it smart at this point. And now this is all tactical, because we gotta try and slow Jarno down as much as we can, because Brendan's tires are falling off at this point. So we really just have to hold Jarno up. As you can see, I'm just really not pushing at this point. I know I have a tire advantage over Brendan, but I'm just really trying to get the gap to be fast. Excuse the cars outside. Yeah, now we're just really trying to hold Jarno up, trying to help us like as much as we can, so we can burn our battery and stay in P2. So this is very tactical. I'm not showing my true pace at all. I'm really saving everything. And then on the main straight, you start hitting the battery. You can see on the steering, I'm hitting the battery. Excuse me, say I'm getting a massive leg shake right now, because it's very hard to keep Jarno behind. You see, Jarno does not go for the overtake, and now we stay behind Brendan. And this is the whole plan of this race. You just got to keep behind. You always got to stay in P2 in this race. And Brendan ahead as well. We just got to just let him pull a gap. Makes him more comfortable as well for the last lap. And then we strike. That's if we stay in P2 though. No skipping, no more cuts to the end of the race. So yeah, very interesting race this is, and very intense as well, because you've got a two-time F1 Esports World Champion in front of you and behind you. So yeah, it's gonna be quite hard, and you can see I'm just trying to hold Jarno up, but Brendan is also struggling a lot on his tires. I'm really not pushing at this point, but Brendan's just struggling so much. So at this point, maybe we're just gonna have to go for the overtake, because he's just so close. As you can see, Thomas Runner also on fresh tires is in P5 at the moment, and we're about to start the third last lap of the race. And yeah, now we're just gonna spam our battery. You see Jarno also on the battery, so we're gonna play a tactical here. We just gotta hope we get past Brendan, and then Jarno has to overtake us. As you can see, Jarno tries to go on the side. I brake very early, and tactic has played perfectly for us. It's gone perfectly in our hands, and now we're just gonna do exactly the same of what we done to Jarno behind on the previous lap, to what we did to Brendan. What we're doing to Brendan now. So we just got to hold him up. But however, Jarno has 2 lap fresher hard compound tyres, which could be a lot harder to beat him, just due to pace. So we have to pick up the pace a little bit more, but we also got to just do the same strat, just so Brendan doesn't spam the battery and we have to overtake Jarno before the last lap, because we will lose the win at that point. So it's very crucial. You can see I'm braking very early. I'm just trying to hold him up as much as you can. And I know Jarno, watched the stream as well, he was burning his battery a lot. So I think he thought that he had a lot more pace and I was not pushing. But at this point, I am absolutely not pushing. I'm literally just chilling. I have not touched my battery at all. So at the moment, I'm feeling very comfortable with this distance. See, Brendan 3/10 behind, and I think Jarno also is a little bit afraid of Brendan as well from doing double overtakes. So it makes him use his battery a little bit more as we go into the penultimate lap of the race. Brendan behind is using his battery, and see, we've played this perfectly as we backed off a lot just so Brendan couldn't get past us pretty much on the straight, and plus we could stay behind Jarno for the whole second last lap. And now this is the time we gotta push. See Brendan trying to overtake us, trying to catch us napping. As you see, doesn't have the grip to overtake us going into the double right. And now this is the time we have to push the tyres like crazy. We've been saving all stint long, and now full push to the end of the race. Gotta save us as much ERS for that final straight. And yeah, now we're in penultimate lap, middle sector. We've just got to keep as close as you can. You can see how much closer we are. We're pushing so much harder. And now, right on the back of him, you see Brendan also behind, pushing very hard. And now the slipstream is just so powerful in this game. So we're just cruising behind Jarno. And yeah, you can see I put the battery off slightly because at this point you need about 5-6 tenths to be ahead for 100% into T1. So it's gonna might be a very easy overtake. As you can see, we're putting the battery and the DRS, and we just zoom past Jarno. And now we're gonna play tactically once again. And you see Brendan and Jarno battling. So now we just chuck the ERS in none. So we just save it all up because it's pretty much impossible to overtake anywhere else. As long as we have a good gap to Jarno. And now you hear Axel tell me Jarno's on 15%, so we have a massive ERS advantage also. So we have played this tactically to perfection, and now in the middle sector we're just trying to push as hard as we can while saving as much ERS as we can. And now going into this long right, once again qualifying lap on the last. Tyres are starting to drop off quite a lot, but still we're pushing like absolute madman. Going into this long left, final corner of sector 2, pushing like crazy, using the ERS because this is the main sector where he can overtake us, and we just got to make sure we save as much battery for the last straight and the last corner, because he could possibly get us if he saved enough battery behind. Slipstream is very powerful, so we got to burn a little bit, and now we've chucked in none because Jarno's definitely not going to send us in the last corner. And now full attack, and we are about to win WR round 2.
Come on, man! Yes! Let's go! Come on, Axel! Come on, Axel! Come on! Come on!
Let's go!
Let's go! Let's go, Axel! We peaked!
Oh, what a race!
We peaked, man! Let's go! Come on! Let's go!
Let's go!
Let's go! Thank you, Axel. I appreciate it. That was great.
Yeah, what a race, bro.
And yeah, we won. Very good redemption from the first run of Brazil. You know, we had really good pace for Brazil as well, but couldn't quite get the result we wanted there. But yeah, we got it today at Qatar, and yeah, I'm very happy. And yeah, hopefully we can carry this on for the next one. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And yeah, I will see you guys in my next WR video. Bye bye. Ciao, 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 ciao.